हुंकारेण न वक्तव्यं प्रज्ञैशुष्य कथञ्चन मुनिभिः पनगैवापि सुरैवाशापितो यदि मंत्रराजमिदं देवी गुरुरित्यक्षराद्वयम् नित्यं ब्रह्म निराकारं निर्गुणं बोधयेत् परम् गुरुकृपा प्रसादेन आत्मरामं निरीक्षये आब्रह्मस्तम्भपर्यन्तं परमात्मस्वरूपकम् वन्देऽहं सच्चिदानन्दं भेरतीतं सदा गुरुम् परात्परात्तरं ध्येयं नित्यमानन्दकारकम् स्फटिकप्रतिमरूपा दृश्यते दर्पणे यथा अंगुष्ठमात्रपुरुषं ध्यायते चिन्मयं हृदि अगोचरं तथा गम्यं नामरूपविवर्जितम् यथा गन्धः स्वभावेन कर्पूरकुसुमारिषु स्वयं तथा विदो भूत्वा स्थातव्यं यत्र कुत्रचित् गुरुध्यानं तथा कृत्वा स्वयं ब्रह्ममये भवेत् श्री पार्वती उवाच पिंडं किं तु महादेव पदं किं समुदाहृतम् श्री महादेव उवाच पिंडं कुंडलिनी शक्ति पदं हंसमुदाहृतम् पिंडे मुक्ता पदे मुक्ता रूपे मुक्ता वरानने स्वयं सर्वमयो भूत्वा परं तत्त्वं विलोकये लब्धं वा तनलब्धं वा स्वल्पं वा बहुलं तथा सर्वज्ञ परमित्याहुर्देहि सर्वमयो बुद्धः यत्रैव तिष्ठते सोऽपि सदेश पुण्यभाजनम् अन्येन यद् भवेत् कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते लौकिकात् कर्मणो यान्ति ज्ञानहीना भवर्णवम् इदं तु भक्तिभावेन भक्ते त्रिणते यदि गुरुगीतात्मकं देवी शुद्धतत्त्वं मयोदितं गुरुगीताश्रयकं तु मन्त्रराजमिमं जपे अनन्तफलमाप्नोति गुरुगीतजपेन तु कालमृत्युभयहरं सर्वसङ्कटनाशनम् महाव्याधिहरं सर्वं विभूतिसिद्धिदं भवेत् मोहनं सर्वभूतानां बन्धमोक्षकरं भवेत् असिरं साधयेत् कार्यं नवग्रहभयापहम् सर्वबलप्रशमनं धर्मता काममोक्षदम् कामितस्य कामधेनो कल्पना कल्पपारपः मोक्षहेतुर्जपे नित्यं मोक्षत्रयमवाप्नुयात् अथ काम्य जपे स्थानं खतायामि वरानने शक्तिदेवालये गोष्ठे सर्वदेवालये शुभे पवित्रे निर्मले स्थाने नित्यानुष्ठानतोऽपि वा संसारमलनाशार्थं भवपाशनवृत्तये स एव च गुरु साक्षात् सदा सद्ब्रह्मविद्तमः सर्वशुद्धपवित्रौ सा स्वभावाद्यत्र तिष्ठति समुद्रे च यथा तोयं क्षीरक्षीरं घृते घृतम् तथैव ज्ञानी जीवात्मा परमात्मनि लीयते एवं विधो महामुक्त सर्वदा वर्तते बुद्धः सर्वसंदेहरहित मुक्त भवति पार्वती अन्येन प्राणिनः सर्वे गुरुगीतजपेन तु सत्यं सत्यं पुनः सत्यं धर्म्यं सांख्यमयोदितम् माता धन्य पिता धन्य धन्य वंशकुलं तथा जपेन जयमाप्नोति चानन्तफलमाप्नुयात् जपं हीनसनं कुर्वन् हीनकर्मा फलप्रदम् जपञ्जयमवाप्नोति मरणमुक्तिदायकम् अतीव पाक्वचित्ताय त्रिधा भक्तियुताय च संसारसागरसमुद्धरणैकमन्त्रम् ब्रह्मादिदेवमुने पूजितसिद्धमन्त्रम् इति श्रीस्कन्धापुराणे उत्तरखण्डे ईश्वरपार्वती संवादे गुरुगीता समाप्ता। श्री गुरुदेव चरणार्पणमस्तु। दुर्जन सजनो भूयात् सजना शान्तिमाप्नुयात्। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण न महिषः। शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वभद्राणि पश्यतु। स्वस्ति मातृत पितॄनवस्तु। स्वस्ति गोभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः विश्वं सुभूतं सुविधात्रं नवस्तु। जोगेव दृश्यमसूर्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। आरती करूं गुरु पर के। आरती गुरु की करूं गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। जय गुरुदेव अमल विनाशी ज्ञान रूप अंतर के वासी। पग पग पर देते प्रकाश जैसे किरण दिन कर की आरती। ओ आरती करो जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए, अमृत से मीठे फल पाए। शरण तुम्हारे क्या है छाया, कल्पा वृक्ष तरु पर के, आरती करो गुरु पर के। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक, योग ज्ञान के अतल प्रवर्तक। छाया गुरु चरण सरोज में तारे, यथा हमारे हो रखे, आरती करो गुरु पर के, आरती करो गुरु की, करो गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। अंधकार से हमें निकाला, दिखलाया है अमर उजाला। कब से जाने ठान रहे थे, खाक सुना दर दर के, आरती करो आरती करो सद्गुरु की, करो सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। संशयमिता विवेक कराया, भवसागर से पार लगाया। अमर प्रदीप जला कर कर दे निशा, दूर सतन के, आरती करो गुरु पर के, आरती करो गुरु की, करो गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। भेदों बीच अभेद बताया, गमन विमुक्त कराया। धन्य हुए हम पाकर धारा, ब्रह्म ज्ञान निर्झर के, आरती करो करो कृपा सद्गुरु जगतारण सत्यपथ दर्शक भ्रांति निवारण जय हो नित्य ज्योति दिखलाने वाले लीला धर के आरती करूं गुरुवर के आरती करूं गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर के नित्यानंद है सद्गुरु दाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता करके वास गणेश पुरे भवबाधरले जनके आरती करो गुरुवर के आरती आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर की आरती करूं गुरु वर की ओम चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शांतं व्योमातीतं निरंजनं नादबिंदु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। Hina Narayana Vasudeva. Hina Narayana Vasudeva. Hina Narayana Krishna Govinda Hare Narayana Vasudeva. Shanti, Shanti. Let's enter into stillness of being. Opening up the consciousness through the mind, open mind, expansive mind, to deeper and deeper levels of seeing, witnessing, observing. As much as you can, center in the mental field and the emotional field. That's deep soul centering. Open mind, peaceful mind, expansive mind, open heart, loving heart, expansive heart. Those are deeper soul qualities. Open up your field and let the divine within you, that center of endless possibilities and power, let the divine within you manifest with all its light in and through you. Let it become the doer. Observe the divine urges within you, the spiritual impulses within you, to love, to center in peace, to harmonize. These are the higher qualities of your soul being. They're all within you, right in this moment. If only you would open your field to it. Stay in the silence. And observe the flow of prana. The mental field transmits prana, subtle energy, vital energy. The emotional field does it too. With every intention of the mind and heart, you transmit prana, uplifting prana, when your intentions are noble. Open your heart and open your mind to all of your being. And to bring that through the physical body, channeling these energies through the body, go to the gut. You need the gut for that. Go to the gut, go to the root. And just breathe fully into the lower area, lovingly and peacefully and consciously. And become whole. And here you own the body without owning it. You allow your soul being to completely penetrate the body. That it becomes your field. Use the breath masterfully, the prana. Observe how it courses up along the spine in the in-breath. And observe how prana flows through the out-breath. Not only emptying the lungs, but from your soul being, energizing the body. And stay in the beautiful rhythm of energy of the breath. Not just air movement, but energy. Observe, observe, observe until you can begin to feel and experience the energy play of the breath. And remember, we are all connected in this field of being. Your energies in mine, my energies in yours. We lift each other, we support each other. If a mantra comes up with the breath, allow it. Let it resonate with its positive energies in your being. And stay with me in this field of grace. Stay with me. Now let's slowly bring our awareness to the external field, bringing more oxygen into the lungs. Just push the breath out and pull the breath in gently, increasing the amount of oxygen that goes to the lungs. Oxygenate the brain once more. Re-energize the physical senses. Belly breathing, chest breathing. Until you feel more energy in the entire body, more aliveness in your physical body. That's how you come out of the meditation. The body should feel more alive, and your soul's experience in the body becomes more meaningful. There's more integration of soul and body. Now let's do the Om sound, the close, the stillness segment. Breathing out through the mouth and in through the nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hope you enjoy the beauty of the stillness. In stillness, there are so many possibilities. So much more can be seen and experienced. You can only get what I say the more the consciousness is expanded. You'll never understand what I say just in body consciousness. And so I try to bring you into that subtle space continuously, that you'll truly understand what I'm saying. And don't belittle yourself. You're capable. You're totally capable. Never think that you are inferior. All the possibilities of the universe are yours. It's only in how we seek. In the meditation, it's important to let go and let the inner power guide you. We call it the power of the inner guru, the power of grace, the power of Kundalini, the divine energy. So let's close the meditation segment for now. And here's my message for today. When you think of the mind, what do you think about? When I speak of the mind as an instrument of thinking and visualizing and creativity, what do you think about? What do you think about? The mind exists in your infinitely conscious being as a tool, an instrument that you can bring up at any moment. But the mind is not going to come just like that. It requires an ego, a doer. And so at the center of the mental apparatus is the ego, the I maker, ahankara, the one that gives us the sense of self. Without an ego, you have no sense of self. So before the mind can move, we need to have this sense of self. We need to have this ego operating, this I. You know the saying of Descartes, right? I think, therefore I am. So the ego is implied in the thinking. The moment you get involved in thinking, an ego is implied. But when the mind moves, it's quantum. It's a wave generator. It generates waves through your being. So the mental field is a wave field. So the moment you are thinking, this is distributed through your body because the mind is connected to every one of the energy sources within you. The ego mind is the driver of all the energies within you. Whether it's the sacral, whether it's the root, driving the actions of the body, whether it's the emotion, whether it's the communication, whether it's the ideas. It's the ego that is driving all of that. So it is constantly, and it's wired through the subtle anatomy of chakras and nadis. It's wired to the entire body. A chakra is a distribution system of nadis. And through these nadis, it can pick up information from the outside, and it can also channel information to the outside. So you have a subtle system here that pervades, and then of course the ego can use the heart to also channel waves. It can use the gut to also channel waves. It can use the sacral source to channel waves. It can use the root to channel waves. So just imagine when you have no control over the ego and the ego mind and the ego heart and the ego vital system and the ego sexuality and the ego driving physical action. If you have no control and you're operating unconsciously, what happens? We end up in a mess, totally at war with ourselves. And our physical nature, our physical being is of nature, so it has primal instincts. Because we have taken this body, we have a reptilian brain, we have a limbic brain, and we have a neocortex, the upper brain. So which one do we use? When we are taken up by primal drives, what do? Does the neocortex shut down and just let primal behavior take over? Sometimes it does. But you have the ability, and even the physical instrumentation with the brain and nervous system, to energize any part of your brain that you want to. And your brain has centers of ecstasy. It can create this ecstatic feeling within the body. It can generate really beautiful neurotransmitters in your nervous system. So many beautiful possibilities are there. Of fear, it can generate more adrenaline in your system, make the body hyper, just through this mind. So it's most important to be conscious, to be aware, to have an expanded view of the whole system. Then you can truly begin to manage it. And why do you want to manage it? For the best experience. And remember, all of these are tools. Your purpose is so much more. Your purpose is to uncover all that you are and to sport and display. That's your purpose. You cannot sport and display effectively if you don't uncover more of you. How are you going to sport? It's going to be a battle, it's going to be a war, not a sport. Hence, you need to truly understand the mind. You can't manage a mind if you don't understand it. And you don't understand it if you don't get into the experience of the different facets of the mind. I had very difficult times in my early 20s when I just couldn't control my mind. Why do I need to go to university if I can't control my own mind? I refused. I refused higher education at that point because I saw the uselessness of it. And I ran away to India. I wanted to find these masters of the mind, these knowers of the soul. And fortunately, I did find. And that's how I learned. Eventually, I ended up in the academics again, but a different person. I learned how to manage the inner world. And then I had the joy of sport in the outer, in the secular world, learning to master that as well. So you need to find it within first. That's why the Christ said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God and its righteousness. And he said the kingdom of heaven lies within you. He didn't say it's out there. So we need to understand this kingdom. Our Father who art in heaven, he prayed. Was he praying outside? No. Inside. He was asking the higher self within to open up. Our Father which art in heaven, the kingdom of heaven lies within. And he said the body is a temple. The message is clear. All the Eastern mystics say the same thing. Know thyself. So the mind is so potent. The mind is said to be a wish-fulfilling tree. Everything that you think about, that you are wishing for consciously or unconsciously, is going to come to you. Even the fear that you are expressing, that's going to happen. You make it happen. Such is the power of the mind. If you constantly think, I'm going to get this disease, what do you think will happen? What message are you sending to the cells? And if you constantly think, I'm going to get well, I'm getting well, I'm getting well, I'm getting well, what kind of message you're sending to yourself? An uplifting one. Be careful of what you think. As you think, so you become, the saying says. As the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Of course, that's gender-based, right? As a person thinks in their heart, so they are. That's why I give such importance to the mind. Mindfulness, mind cultivation, silence, retreating, and using the mind effectively in the field, in the sport that we call life. Learning how to play with ideas, learning not to be caught in specific ideas, learning how to not to judge others and hold them in a box. Allow them to grow. Open your mind to their potential, to the potential of everything. We are born to evolve. We will not stay in a box. We are born to evolve. The soul continuously evolves through every species, through all the species. And in us, it evolves along the chakras, along the levels of consciousness it evolves. So I'm going to continue to bring you to the awareness of your mind and its potency, and encourage you to cultivate a silent mind, a loving mind, a positive mind, an uplifting mind. Take care of your mind. It's so important, but most of all, understand it. Understand your mind. It's a very potent center of power. Of course, ego is implied there. So let's make today an exciting day by holding positive thoughts throughout the day. And let it attract everything that is good around you. And no matter what adversity comes to you, see it positively. See it only as a blessing. Don't feel guilty that you have made a mistake. No, there are no mistakes in life. There are only trials, exploration, and growth. No mistakes. Absolutely no mistakes. Even if you think you'll fall back 10 steps, no, there is no mistake there. Those are 10 steps of learning and growing. See everything positive. Anybody who comes into your field today, into your space, see it as a divine act of karma and grace. If you're meant to offer something, open your heart and give. If you're meant to receive something, open your heart and receive. The universe is always perfect in its karmic play. I leave you with this message today. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar. My soul bows to you.